What if everything you thought you knew about Nigeria's golden age was a lie? October 1st, 1960, Nigeria gains independence. The world watches as a new African nation is born, led by brilliant minds, democratic ideals, and boundless hope. But just 6 years later, military coup, a prime minister unalived, the dream shattered. Today, we are going to uncover the real story of Nigeria's first republic, and I promise you, it's nothing like what you've been told. Look at these images: dignified leaders in flowing robes and formal suits, grand ceremonies, the pomp and pageantry of a new nation. Ask any Nigerian today about the First Republic, and they'll tell you it was the golden age when leaders were honest, when democracy worked, when everything was perfect. But here is the thing about golden ages: they are usually just golden lies. Let me paint you a picture of Nigeria that emerged in 1960. 3 regions, 3 ethnic groups, 3 political parties, and one massive fatal flaw. The northern region wasn't just big, it was enormous, bigger than the eastern and western regions combined. Do you know what that meant? It meant the north could rule Nigeria forever without a single southern vote. Let that sink in. And the political parties, they weren't really political parties, they were ethnic armies. The Northern People's Congress, that's the Hausa Fulani, the Action Group, the Yoruba, and the NCNC, which was originally created by Albert Macaulay in Lagos, represented the Igbos, each one fighting not for Nigeria but for their people. Can you imagine if American political parties were called the White People's Congress and the Black National Council? That's basically what Nigeria had. And then the cracks began to show. 1962, the Action Group, Awolowo's party, literally tears itself apart, not in some backroom deals, but in a violent parliamentary brawl that makes modern politics look like a tea party. The federal government seized their chance. They declare a state of emergency, suspend the western region's government, and throw Awolowo in prison for treason. One major party eliminated. 1963, the census. Sounds boring, right? Wrong. This became war. Every region starts inflating their population numbers like balloons at the children's party. Why? Because more people meant more parliamentary seats. More seats meant more power. The results were so ridiculous, so obviously fake, that the census officers threw them out. But the politicians didn't care. They kept lying, kept inflating, kept fighting over numbers that would determine who controlled Nigeria forever. 1964, the general strike. For 13 days, Nigeria stopped. Workers weren't just demanding higher wages. They were screaming at their leaders for promises made about benefits, and their leaders too busy fighting each other to even listen. December 1964, the election that killed Nigeria's democracy. Rigging, violence, intimidation. The opposition boycotted because they knew it was hopeless. When the results came in, even the president, the actual president, refused to swear in the prime minister because the election was so obviously fake. For 4 days, Nigeria had no government, just 2 men, each claiming to be in charge, each trying to get the military on their side. October 1965, the Western Region's election, the final straw. The rigging wasn't even subtle anymore. Results were announced on the radio before voting finished. The losing candidate was arrested for declaring victory, and then Operation Wetie. That's what they called it. Political opponents' houses burned, cars destroyed, people killed, total chaos. And the prime minister, he refused to send in the army. Nigeria was burning and he did nothing. January 15, 1966, 3 a.m. Some middle-ranked officers felt they had seen enough. By dawn, the Prime Minister was unalived, the Northern Premier was unalived, the Western Premier was unalived. The First Republic was over. 6 years from independence to military coup. 6 years. So why does this matter today? Because Nigeria is still fighting the same war. Different players, same game. Ethnic politics, winner takes all mentality. The fear that if they win, we lose everything. The First Republic wasn't killed by bad people. It was killed by a bad system, and until Nigeria fixes the problem, the circle continues. If you've enjoyed this, Kindly like and follow for more Nigerian stories.